Okay, so I'm gonna start by talking, especially as I like set up a space. I feel like this time in between, like New Year's, Christmas, it's just so weird. I feel like I'm just literally just waiting for the year to end and for it to bring in all of its new strangeness. 1 second. Sorry, I just need to get water. So, I feel like this year, I feel like coming into a new year, you are really forced to think about what all this year has taught you and the lessons and all the growth. And you're just like waiting for all the new experiences to come. And it's like you're just waiting for change. And it's insane. It's beautiful, but it's also so weird. It's like this weird liminal space. And it's, I don't know. I'm grateful to be here. I feel like I'm realizing a lot. I've been journaling over the past few days, doing some like different questions from this person I follow. And you hear me talk about them a lot. It's Grace Pills on Instagram. I've done a couple of their courses and stuff. So sick. They're one of my favorite people that I've learned from, teachers I've had around Tantra. And that's been like, but I feel like it's been weird. Some of the things I've been realizing, first thing that I want to talk about is anger. I have been angry lately, and I feel like it's been a weird thing for me to admit that I've been angry. Realizing this anger, I feel like I've kind of been, well, alongside the anger, I feel like I've been called to meditate again. Like I kind of stopped a lot of my practices. So this is why even today it feels good to be in like a ritual, like taking time to be intentional. And I've just been doing what feels good at the moment, or it makes sense at the moment, and not what I feel like my mind's pressuring me to do, or I feel like I have to do in order to have a specific outcome. Because, quite frankly, I was tired, burnt out. I still am a little bit, I'm still recovering. And I just didn't really have the capacity anymore. This year was insane for me. This year was insane for me. And I feel like I'm literally left to just like look at myself, especially in terms of things that have been making me so angry. And I've realized in my frustrations and in my, I guess, discomfort with the way some of the things in my life are, I've become an angry person. And my relationship with anger has always been so weird because I grew up with an angry parent. My father was an incredibly angry man, very abusive. So my relationship with anger has always been strange. And I know I don't want to be an angry person. So I have to think and I have to sit. Why am I so freaking mad? I have to sit with your anger. And I realized there's this hurting within me. And when I started crying talking about it, I realized I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of the amount of energy and attention I give other people. I feel like there's a part of me that would just like, even just like a smidge of the love that I have to offer others to myself. And a lot of it isn't even intentional, it's just compulsive to give so much of myself away to people, to everyone around me. Keep none of myself, none for myself. It's like a pattern in a way. And I realize this is a pattern that I've lived and that I feel like many of my ancestors have lived. And this anger is not just my own, that this anger is my mother's, it's my father's. And maybe I'll never understand why my father was such an angry person. But I know enough to understand that he's angry because there's something in him that is hurt. And I know enough to know that I do not want to become him. So I really need to stop fucking loving myself, bro. And I thought I was loving myself, and I really did. I really did. But a lot of the love I had to offer myself was very superficial. Very superficial. And now I'm thinking of little things that I do for myself. And it feels like I need this like well filled that's been empty for so long. And I'm working on it now. I'm making sense of it now. Learning how to pour into it. And it's feeling good, but it's feeling strange and scary. Because I've never really done that. I never really prioritized myself. I never really put myself first. Ever. Like ever. Ever. And I kind of thought about this in terms of romantic relationships at first. I believe the biggest way it affects me is within my family dynamics. And I've obviously started from my family dynamics. And it's grown into like this like mold that I fit for myself that I'm unable to uncast. You know? And I want to feed myself. Because I know the love I have to offer is phenomenal. It's everything that I've ever wanted. Quite frankly. I want to feel that. I want to feel it every day. Every second of my life. Like, I want to be at peace. I want to be content with this love. This great love. I'm not allowed to feel me from my toes to my head. Like, I want to breathe it. I want to breathe it and I want to exude it from every pore of my body. Like, it's... So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm gonna get back to me. So yeah. I said episode Yankee. Okay. So yeah. This is all I have to say about talking about when it comes here. So many beautiful hopes, wishes. Blah 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 blah. What's gonna fall again? Oh, but my hair looks crazy because New Year is like literally in a couple days, so I'm going out. I've been trying to test out these rollers. They're huge, and I realize I have so much fucking hair. Now I'm getting stressed, bruh. Cause my hair's getting longer. I'm like, bruh. I mean, it's fire. I'm so happy for I'm ready for a bust down. I've been waiting for my bust down. Okay. I haven't wiped anything. I feel clean so bad. But that also is another thing for me for New Year's. Cleaning is so important. Just getting rid of shit. Because I generally don't give a fuck about you. I want you out of my closet. Please move yourself in my closet. And like, literally. Items, products, anything that you're kind of like. Oh, I miss pulling cards. I haven't pulled cards in such a long time. Literally forever. I feel like I have such a feeling on tarot. I mean, like, I always go back and forth with it, you know. But it's like a tool like anything else. And I feel like I can't forget what it really is. I feel like this is the beautiful thing about cards, is that they are just cards. They literally are just cards. I could do what I'm doing with the cards with rocks. Like, literally. So it's like, the cards aren't bad. And also, it's just weird that people attach so much negativity to it. And it's like, I'm the one that's talking. I'm the one reading the thing. It's coming from me. It's not coming from the card. The cards are just symbols, to words, whatever. And we live in so much fear of things when we create so much like hatred and like hurt when we do these things. Like creating stigma around these things and labeling things as witchcraft or evil and demonic. It makes you uncomfortable. And please be honest. And I've seen some Christian people have done this, Christian people. And it bothers me too because first of all, tighten the fuck up with your fucking spirituality. Tighten the fuck up with your fucking faith. Because why are you scared of a fucking deck of cards? You spend so much time about talking how great God is, but you're so scared. Why are you scared? What are you afraid of? My glass is so crooked. It bothers me so much. Because what are you genuinely scared of? I think you should focus on that. And then work on that. So you can be a stronger Christian. That's what I have to say. It irritates me to no end. I promise. And even the thing with anger too. Anger has its place, and I want to like learn to have a better relationship with my anger. And this is something I've been feeling for a long time, because obviously I have trauma around anger. There's an angry parent, blah blah blah. And I've always had that same like thing in me where it's like when I'm mad, I get mad. And I'm such a chill person. If you meet me, they're like, you're so chill, you're so chill, you're so chill. And I am incredibly chill until I'm mad and I'm not chill. And you realize I'm actually not that chill. Okay, we'll definitely look at yours. I'm gonna put it on the bottom of the deck. This reading is going to be a dual reading because it's going to be for me too. I feel like it's always what kind of makes sense to me, kind of works for me. Because I don't really want to do like tarot readings, like YouTube, Instagram, whatever. I think all the stuff that I do is really just to like give me a space to like share bits of myself, put them in like, I don't know, put them somewhere that is not my brain, not my, well, it's like connection, I guess, anyway. I'm realizing this year I learned a lot that connection is so important. I've been doing this like, using this app, it's called The Twix. It's like a story game, but it's really interesting. Then they use junkie therapy techniques, which is super fucking sick. So I'm reading some of the that you're doing. I know what you're doing. And I'm like, they're doing things in the game, and I'm like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. And then there's like things with the shadow, and oh, you're feeding me. I'm such a nerd. Oh god, no. Oh, it's day one. Like this card is about creativity. Like it's so the paint's about the paintbrush, but like I feel like it's about new creative pursuits, like new opportunities to create, and also it's just like I feel like more so than the outward external thing, it's the internal of the creative spirit. Like it's a spark, it's like a light, and it's like it's awakening, and it's finding a new like source, and it's finding a new direction in which to go and to like plant itself. So that's exciting. It's something new. It's definitely hot hell. I think so much people had the way I shuffle. Especially when we're doing cards. I feel like I don't know. Like card games, I'm like shuffling like take forever, bro. But I also feel so wrong because I do the bendy thing with the cards. The devil? Okay. The devil card to me. Okay. I have crazy how I was just talking about this, labeling things as demonic. I have so much to say about the devil card. So I'm a Capricorn. My sun is in Capricorn. I am not the biggest astrology junkie. And people hear me say this and then hear me talk about astrology and be like, are you sure? That you kind of sound like you are. And yes, I am a little bit. I like some of it. I enjoy astrology. I love this shit. I eat for this esoteric shit. But I'm definitely not that deep, I promise you. It gets deep. I'm not that deep. But the devil card for me, the devil card is the Capricorn's card. And it's like temptation. It's the devil. Like, but I do not think the devil card, at least for me, never feel like I associate it with evil. I think especially with temptation, temptation is not always evil. This is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you need to feel the thing that you don't need to know that you don't need it. Sometimes it's good to say no to things. I feel like maybe you may be called to say no to something that maybe you would have said yes to in the past that may have caused you harm, or even may have just been like a pattern or like a way in which you live that you don't really want to live anymore. Let me give you an example. For me, a good example has been casual sex. I think I talk a lot about my relationship with like hookup, celibacy. I don't know much of it. I can't remember how much I talk about on this channel, but maybe on my Instagram I talk about it more. Whatever. But I was celibate for a year, and in that celibacy, it was kind of like I don't know. It didn't really do me best because I feel like I haven't really been. I was still dating and I was still talking to people. I was still trying. I feel like the end of this year has been me really just wanting to stop trying because I feel like I've been trying so hard, especially to meet someone, to like get into a relationship, to those things, that I've just been exhausting myself. Especially the dating apps, they're so draining and I hate them actually. I feel so much happier without them. And that I've just been like doing things that haven't been good for me, like hooking up with people. And each time I've hooked up with someone, I've ended up feeling disrespected in some sort of way, or like just like ended up getting hurt in some sort of way, in which a lot of it was me like doing the thing like I was talking about at the beginning was putting somebody else before myself. And a lot of these things I don't even do consciously, but I'm so patient and I'm so like, oh, this makes you people that I'm not even thinking about how this is making me feel. Do I want this? Do I like this? Do I enjoy this? And not even asking myself why I'm willing to stay here because a part of me doesn't like that. So I'm not looking at myself. I'm looking at someone else and their experience rather than my own. And that was hurting me a lot. So I think it was also indicative of a greater pattern. So part of me wants to say this is about the casual sex and all that kind of stuff. And it's not to vilify it because I feel like why I don't know the devil card is bad is there are actions that are associated with these devil actions. Like we have these words, we have our 7 deadly sins. We have envy, greed, we have sloth, we have what the eating one was, whatever, and then lust, and then there was more. There was wrath. Anger I was talking about too, interestingly, funny. So similar to not showing up with reading. And we see these experiences as negative things, but they're not things to run from. They're human things. And when we begin to understand that you don't live separate from every other thing that's ever existed, you are part of everything. And the life that you are experiencing is a life that's moving through you and only exists through you. So these experiences we have, it's sins. Sins are things for us to enter and to engage with and recognize spirit within. I feel like that doesn't always make sense until you actually let yourself experience things and let yourself sit with them and see what they have to offer you. And I feel like in addition, I started with my anger for a little bit, and I was like, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of what other people get from me, the energy they get from me. And then I realized this part of myself that was so hungry for myself, my own attention, my own energy, putting myself first. And it's never been something I've done. I promise you, I've never done that. I've never, and it's terrifying to admit that, and it's horrific to fucking admit that, but it's true. And a lot of it is my conditioning, a lot of it has been me engaging in a pattern that I've always engaged with, and that's easy for me to engage with. So, I don't think the devil card is not that bad. I think it has lessons for you. Lessons that may not feel good, lessons that may feel uncomfortable, but it calls the question of whether or not you're willing to engage with the same patterns, or if you're willing to move on and create change. I feel like these are ones that spark, and it's that spark that's calling you for more, that you can create your own fucking reality with. Also, the devil card can also mean engaging in. I want to say it because also this is me. This is me backtracking, so it's hard for me to say this, but also true because I feel like it's not bad to engage with some of these things, like I'm saying with casual sex. I feel like if I was in the right headspace, I was being conscious of what I wanted and what I did not want. And I wasn't just doing things because I was either bored, lonely, or horny. Well, horny's not a bad thing, but I wasn't bored or lonely. And I'm not doing something because I'm depressed or I'm trying to create some other outcome. Because I do that a lot, where I do things as a means to an end. And when I realize a lot I'm trying to be there for myself, that when I'm doing something that has no means that has no ends, I'm not really to do the means. Things like I bought myself a lavender oil. I've been craving the scent of lavender so bad. I've been hungry for it. I want to smell lavender. I don't know why suddenly I'm just addicted to the scent of lavender. And I put it on for a bed. I feel so calm. I feel so relaxed. I feel like a sweet little baby going to bed. And that's something that you purely do for the enjoyment of, purely just do for yourself because you like it. And I got lavender oil. I felt so weird about it. I felt stupid buying it. I felt wrong buying it. And I spent money on my hair. I spent money on my makeup and all that stuff. And I don't really have that feeling, but this thing that didn't really have any like certain ends, like making me more beautiful, making my hair go long and healthy, taking care of my skin, making me cute, making me healthy. I mean, making me healthy is not a bad thing, but it's just something I just did just because I liked it. It's just because I wanted to do it. Those things I don't give to myself. And I'm realizing that I want to do more things like that. I want to just go out somewhere because I feel like going out. I want to get a meal, not because I can rest my mind, because I need a meal, because I feel like food. I feel so much guilt about that. So I think also converting that guilt and also letting yourself do the thing that is supposed to be tempting. It's supposed to be like, okay, so if you feel shame about, maybe you want to, if you feel shame about food, you feel shitty ordering just something for yourself, like a really nice meal for yourself. Go and get the really, really nice meal. Get the appetizers. Do it. And sit with the shame that you feel with it. And confront it and recognize it for what it is. I got the Nine of Coins in reversed. What does that mean? I think it also means to look at what I say and be careful with that. Because it's always I get checked by these cards, I'm not gonna lie. To not go crazy with your money. Be conscious with your money. Because I also feel like for me, this year, I feel like I have a lot of financial changes. A lot of crazy financial growth and the things that I'm going to be changing within my career and my work. So I feel like when we see these, see this card, I feel the need to say that it's good to conserve and save. And like I was saying, the little things like the oils are nice to get, and going out and like giving yourself a meal, but to be conscious of doing those things also for the right reasons and doing those things consciously. Because you can do so many of these things and go backwards into this energy where it's like the negative side of this card. Because I think all cards have a negative and positive side. Even cards like the Devil card, which you don't associate as like a negative card. It's indulging in things to avoid. So it's nice to give yourself a meal because you want to indulge this love for yourself or care for yourself. And because you have the capacity to. And there's so many ways to do this without like delving into a place where you're instead using this nice thing you're offering yourself out of fear or out of avoidance of a feeling, like discomfort. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. I think I'll pull the book. So I put back. The thing with this card is I feel like it talks about weathering and persistence. And I feel like I recognize that this year for me, and maybe this year's been for anybody watching this, has been like about like weathering through a lot of uncomfortable shit. Things that I was not really ready to experience. And I just kind of had to stress and like getting to this year. Like I'm saying, I'm burnt the fuck out, like burnt out, exhausted. But I also have this this beautiful energy for me that I've also gotten from this, and I feel like I'm such a different person from all this. Like, one this year's taught me is so much fucking patience, like so much patience. And also to like, I don't know, just be conscious and mindful of myself. Almost more, how much more I can do. I can do so much. And if I feel like I can do something, I can do it. Sometimes it's good for me to make sure I'm working within my physical, mental, emotional capacity. I could chill a little bit. Sometimes there's points where you gotta push a little bit. And you learn that your capacity is greater than what you thought it was. So yeah. This year has been sick. I've been so grateful for it. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords reverse. I think the Ace of Swords may represent, because I feel like the Ace of Swords reverse is just such like a different card than the Ace of Wands. It's like we got the Ace of Wands in upright position, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like maybe there's been points in this year where you've really gotten in your head a lot. And maybe this new year is calling for clarity. And to being willing to wait for clarity and sit with the discomfort of your mind in order to create clarity. It goes back to like this thing of weathering and probably slowing down a little bit, especially with money. To almost like ground yourself in reality, looking around before you move. Like that's how you kind of create the energy you're craving. That's how you kind of create the peace. Because we say peace comes within, but peace comes within all of it. It comes within all the chaos, all the fear, the anxiety, the incredible feelings, the fight, flight, or fawn mode, your body's nervous reactions. All of it existed there amongst it. It isn't some outward experience, it's inside of it all. And the more we understand that, the more we realize that we can't really avoid the uncomfortable feelings. We have to strengthen our capacity for it. The Queen of Coins. So King of Coins, I feel like I've been on this like weird 3-year journey. And I feel like, I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like the end of this to be 3 years because I started in 2023. 2023 was a big year for me. Crazy fucking transition. Between 2023, 2024, I moved around like four times probably. It was insane to me. I was exhausted. And I feel like it was very much, it was just so much freaking change. So much change, dude. Like, it's insane. And I feel like I just felt like, I'm exhausted. I know where I'm going with this. I have to end this reading soon. Whatever. So much freaking change. I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is one of those cards. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Coins is one of those cards to me that always felt like it's that abundant energy that just settles in. It's confidence in the physical reality, the earth reality, just fully embodied, fully embodied. When we think of wealth, when we think of abundance, when we think of the Queen of Coins, but we forget the embodiment, the richness and pleasure. The Queen of Body, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Coins lives, breathes within her body, and you can feel her spirit through her. I feel like she understands the way the physical works, because she's the physical embodiment of the queen of this suit, like, and she moves within it in such this graceful, confident, like, just present way. And the word presence, I feel like, is important. Very present. So when things works with her, and it's just so crazy because we got this same snake above the devil with the Queen of Pentacles. Very similar snake. Yeah, it's cool. I feel like it's also talking about that thing where it's like, you think about money and you think about wanting money, and I feel like there's so much negativity attached to that. Go off and read your coin up and drop that fucking shame. You deserve to desire money. You deserve to want a lot of fucking money because it's not a bad thing. It isn't. It's a good thing. But you're also recognizing your worth. You're recognizing how much you desire and what you desire from your life. And some people don't want a lot of money. Some people too. And that's it. And it's not really a bad thing either way. It's also thinking of how consciously where you want to get that money, how you want to make that money. I never in my life will expect to be a billionaire because I don't want to exploit people. And you cannot become a billionaire. Even really like a millionaire. Maybe a millionaire. I don't know. Money. I'm not that financially literate. Let me not be talking about this shit like I know what I'm talking about. But you cannot be a billionaire ethically without exploiting somebody else. It's not possible. You cannot make that much money by yourself off your bed. It's not how it works. And we can pretend it's not. I think last 3 cards we're gonna want to do. 6 of Cups. This to me, the 6 of Cups was always my best friend card. It's like, and maybe you've had in these past few years friendship breakups, relationships ending, or at least it was like friendship breakups to me. And those things have offered you a wealth of knowledge and abundance and a new understanding of your relationship with your feelings. Because there's like the feelings card. And these relationships ending, these connections ending may have been incredibly like, almost like damaging. And you felt the strength of that emotional, like, the falling apart of the relationship on you. But being able to allow that to happen and allowing this connection to end, or whatever it is to end, has brought you so much, both in terms of the water. See, when we think of water, we think of feeling, we think of emotions, and this is like this embracing of the way you feel, because a lot of the time we have intuition and we have feelings and we don't really listen to them. And this is another thing I was kind of like talking about, putting yourself first. You need to prioritize the way you feel about things and listen to the way you feel about things, and not put other people before yourself so often. I'm saying this because I need to hear this. And when you learn that, you realize that your feelings have so much to tell you about your experience, what's going on inside you, the way in which you connect with other people, and all the time what is going on with other people as well. Especially if you're willing to be patient and you're willing to remain empathetic and you're willing to remain soft. But then, the whole process. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups in reverse feels like a disillusionment. The 10 of Cups is like, it's a Little Mermaid, basically, kind of like that. And it's like the getting married, having kids, it's like the family, then at the rainbow. I feel like maybe you were disillusioned from that, and maybe you're feeling a little bit of heartbreak because of that, and you feel like, okay, this is not something they need to hang on to. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's important for us to let go of the fantasy sometimes. And there's this card I've always gotten. I think I'll draw one Osho Zen card before I go, that always gets brought up to me, and it's the dream. And I feel like it's this idea of getting you attach yourself to this dream of this perfect relationship that's going to save us. Even if not even consciously we think our relationships are going to save us, we expect them to. This dream, this idea, especially as if you're raised, socialized as a woman, I'm gonna get married, have kids, I'm gonna have a partner, blah 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 blah. This is where I'm supposed to go, I'm supposed to do my life around, whatever, all that conditioning. It can be a difficult thing to let go of, especially when you are not in a place in which you're experiencing these things for sure. So it's like that feeling of sitting with the unknown, the fear again of like not knowing what you will have, not knowing if you will have this. And I feel like personally, I'm coming out of the year kind of willing to let go of that dream because I feel like I've felt things that I feel like makes too much sense for me and just like feels so right for me that I feel like I know if this is meant to happen, it already exists and it's already happening for me. So there isn't really anything to really worry about or to stress about. And when I do worry and I do stress, to let myself feel it and then say with the truth again that there wasn't really anything to worry about. Because this never happened, I would be okay. My life would be beautiful. I would be so happy. So happy, regardless. And that's the way I want it to be. Because I don't want to be anywhere else but a life that provides me with that. And then of course, this kind of feels like, is this the last card? Okay, not of course, it's kind of like that last thing where I'm like, it's like you're doing all this work. And I feel like this year has been a lot of like some physical grinding, like your jobs, career stuff, and even like the emotional work that you've done. You're starting to see the rewards of it, and you're recognizing that, oh, this is why this happened, this is why that happened, this is why I had to experience this, this is why I was doing this particular practice, or why this would make sense for me at the time that it did. And you're learning to be able to, like I was saying, go back to that trust. So I was setting up, you get to create your reality. Personally, I live in a reality where I get what I desire. And not every single thing I desire as I desire them. And the way the life that moves through me, that is creating the desire, desires it. It's such a weird thing to say, but whatever. I feel like it's so weird saying that out loud, but the last thing is a 2 of Wands. And that's literally what I was talking about, right? You create your own fucking reality. You create it. I think I put that card earlier too. I'll do one of Shazam because I said I was going to do one Shazam. I think I said the bottom. The bottom of Shazam. Yeah, the bottom card. The bottom card is change. I'll read it. I don't even want to read it because I think it's too funny. I think it's too funny. I think that's the 10th card. Yeah, it's 10th card. The symbol of this card is an enormous wheel representing time, fate, karma. Galaxies spin around this constantly moving circle, and the 12 signs of the zodiac appear on the circumference. Just inside the circumference are the 8 trigrams of the I Ching, and even closer to the center are the 4 directions, each illuminated by the energy of lightning. The spinning triangles at this moment pointed upwards towards the divine, and the Chinese symbol of yin and yang, male and female, creative and receptive, lies at the center. It's often been said that the only unchanging thing in the world is change itself. Life is continuously changing, evolving, dying, and being reborn. All opposites play a part in this vast circular patterns. If you cling to the edge of the wheel, you can get dizzy. Move toward the center of the cyclone and relax, knowing that this too will pass. Life repeats itself mindlessly unless you become mindful. It will go on repeating like a wheel. That's why Buddhists call it the wheel of life and death, the wheel of time. It moves like a wheel. Birth is followed by death, death is followed by birth. Love is followed by hate, hate is followed by love. Success is followed by failure, failure is followed by success. Just see. You can watch just for a few days. You will see a pattern emerging, a wheel pattern. One day, a fine morning, you are feeling so good and so happy. Another day, you are so dull, so dead that you can start thinking of committing suicide. And just the other day, you were so full of life, so blissful that you were feeling thankful to God, that you were in a mood of deep gratefulness. Today, there is a great complaint, and you don't see the point why no one should go on living. And it goes on and on, but you don't see the pattern. Once you see the pattern, you can get out of it. But I feel like that's such a good card to end everything off. And I'm so excited for this new year. Everybody, I wish everybody literally the most luck in 2026. God's beautiful, abundant blessings, phenomenal fucking experiences, adventures, new connections, great new fucking energy, and fun. All the best.